Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with data types. Right now I think the shell is looking a bit crowded. So what I'm going to do is I believe there is an option for me to restart shell, but that won't do anything actually right now. So I'm just going to close my IDLE, or yes, and I'm going to reopen this again just to make it a bit more easier for you guys so that you're not too confused about what's going on the screen. So my IDLE is taking a bit of time to load. There we go. And let me get into the screen size. Alright. So we're now talking about data types. So what is a data type? Well, the data stored in a variable, right? Our age variable, our name variable can be of many types. So far we've dealt with numbers, right? And we've dealt with text, which we call as strings. The remaining three main data types, or the standard data types, are lists, tuples, and dictionaries. Now we'll get to these three later on in the following few lectures. Right now we're just talking about numbers. This whole lecture, let's just talk about numbers. How does this work? So we've already dealt with the basics of numbers. So age is equal to 10, var him is equal to 15 or 35. So you know the basics of how to add these numbers, right? And that's basically the core concept. Now what we want is we want to learn, hey, how do I add variables? How do I subtract variables? So the way we do that is with something called operators. Now you must have learned probably in pre-K actually what operators are. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The four simple operators. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create two variables, age 1, set that as my age, and age 2, set that as maybe I believe my dad's age, which is 40. And let's say I gave you the puzzle, create a third variable, age 3, which has the sum of age 1 and age 2. How would you do that? Well, to the layman it's sort of obvious, but with Python, it's quite simple. The way we're going to do this is age 3 is going to be equal to age 1 plus age 2. So this is where we use operators. Now, if you print out age 3's value, we get 54. It's that simple. Now, we've used addition. Let's use subtraction, multiplication, and division. Age 1 minus age 2, what do we get? Minus 26. Age 1 divided by age 2, we get 0.35. And age 1 into age 2, again, note, the into sign is an asterisk sign that you get by shift 8. We get 560. Now, the last operator I want to talk about here, at least for arithmetic operators, I can't speak today, is modulus. So the modulus operator, all it does is it gives you the remainder of a division, okay? Right now, we divided age 1 by age 2 and got 0.35. What do you think the remainder is when we divide age 1 by age 2? Well, if you're very good at mathematics, age 1 mod age 2, which is percent sign, you're going to get 14. Why? Because 40 or 14 is not divisible by 40 in the sense that not even by 1, so you get 0, remainder 14, okay? So these are the main 5 operators that you're going to use in Python. Now, in the next lecture, we're going to be talking about strings. So adding strings, how strings work, and stuff like that. See you in the next lecture.